YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. If you're feeling this content, smash that like button. I'd like to introduce today's guest. This guy is the champion from last weekend at Louisiana State Championships. Two very dominating performances, won both his super matches, went undefeated that day. I'd like to welcome Corey the Gorilla West. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, will you kill that lot back there? Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great, brother. I just want to congratulate you again, my man. That was what an amazing performance. You put the whole arm wrestling world in shock. You made that look so easy. I mean, it was just crazy, bro. I don't think anybody expected you to do that. Even if you thought you were going to win, I don't think in that dominating fashion. So before I get into your day and all that, I just wanted to thank everybody that attended the Louisiana State Championships. I got to make special mention to the organizers, John Breida and Matthew Chop Bertrand. It was an amazing day. They ran real smooth. Tournament went great turnout. Was just an overall great experience. Also wanted to shout out to the refs, all their hard work and a long day, but they did very well. Sean Hancock, Mike Fontenot, Craig Millett. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but just want to thank everybody that made this day such a success. So on to your day, brother. I just wanted to get your breakdown of the day, man. First off, I just wanted to find out, when did you actually get into town?
Oh, we came in the night before. We made it at about probably 5:30, 6 o'clock Friday evening.
What was your drive like? How long of a trip was it?
Probably, I think it was somewhere around 6 hours total, six and a half.
So when you got in town and all, you came in the early weigh-ins. We've seen you Friday night and all. I know you were going to get some Cajun food. How was that?
Oh yeah, it was fire. I love Cajun food. That's my favorite. If I was on death row, I'd eat a bunch of crawfish as my last meal.
Hell yeah, bro. So I just wanted to get your breakdown of Saturday. So Saturday morning, you wake up. What time did you wake up?
Man, it's kind of a funny story. We actually, you already know this, but we brought Kingston, our little puppy we just got, and I don't know if I got about 3 hours of sleep. He does okay at the house, but he's so far away from us in his kennel in the laundry room at night, trying to get him kennel trained, that we can't hear him when he whines. Well, in a hotel room, we didn't have that luxury, so he did not enjoy being kenneled and being able to see us, and it was a bad idea. We should have left him at home. But
so what you're trying to tell me is that Karl, Stanley, or Krasimir got to Kingston, paid him some milk bones, and tried messing up and sabotaging Corey West's day on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, I slept really good the night before. I wasn't even, I knew I'd missed some sleep, but I mean, it didn't affect me any. Now the second night, he did it to a Saturday night too, and Sunday morning we ended up waking up at like 3:30 and leaving because we were just like, let's just go home. This is lost cause.
Wow. Okay, so what time do you get started on Saturday morning, and how does it look? What do you do when you first wake up? How's your nerves? How you feeling physically?
Man, it's been really rare that I ever have any nerve issues. Just pretty much treated it like a normal day. Got up, got around, got a shower, got some breakfast. Just got around like normal. Got to the venue. I think, what do we have to be there at 9?
Yeah.
9 a.m.
Yes.
We were only about a half mile away from the venue, so no big deal there. Got to meet Karl and Krasi and all those guys. Had a super match puller meeting, just the normal stuff.
Now, what was your reactions when you first seen Karl and Krasi?
Well, I've met them both before. No no real reaction. Karl was quite a bit bigger than the last time I had met him. Krasi looked identical to the last time I had met him whenever he pulled Marcio. Karl looked big, good. Didn't know really what to expect from that. I don't know what he weighed. I would assume it was 300 plus. So.
Okay, and now, so now you're about to get up there and you're pulling. Your first match is against Karl Stanley, left hand. So, do the nerves kick in at all, or what you feeling?
No, just normal. Just kind of being methodical in my head that he's going to do everything that Michael kind of does, and just to be patient. And I didn't even, like I was telling Michael earlier, because I think Ryan Espy made a comment on a live today with Jody Williams about how he, expected me to be faster left-handed. But, the biggest thing I had to worry about was containment and not getting knocked outside of my shoulder. So, I didn't make a sideways move on any of those goes. I just worried about containing the hand, not getting my arm shoved outside of my shoulder, just kind of containing his move to make sure that he didn't knock me into or out of my position to be able to, transfer power from that point on.
Now on that first round, it looked like that first one that you went that it was called an elbow foul on Karl. It looked like he didn't jump in on the press on that. Did he try doing something else on that first round?
I think he wanted to go high. He went high in the second match too. I don't know if he. I don't know. I watched it. It didn't look like he flop pressed on the first go. I don't know if the way I had set up made him uncomfortable or what the issue was, because I kind of low grip those guys to try to contain some of that wrist flexion downward, to try to catch some of it with my palm rather than having to catch all of it on my wrist. But yeah, that would be a better question for him. I don't know what his thought process was on that, but I know on that second ready go, he went straight for it because he ended up, I was set up kind of close to the edge of the pad, and he shoved me right off the edge of the pad whenever he did it. So
okay, now then you guys went to the strap. Did that change things for you? Because it seemed like you had a little more control or something, but it also he came out with this really, really quick press. Kind of looked like that you were kind of a little in shock at first at how quick it hit. Was that true?
No, it was probably a little bit slower than Michael's. Just slightly different angle. I really was just more focused. Like I said, I had a foul. The last thing I want to do is lose on a second foul, so I had to set up a little different with so my hand was actually out further than my elbow. I, ideally would love to start with my elbow the furthest out to kind of create a wedge on go. But, so really it was just making sure I kept from fouling. I didn't want to get shoved off the pad a second time and take a loss in that fashion. So, yeah, not really shocked. I mean, Karl did feel good. He felt strong. I think it was obvious that I was pretty used to it by the way, each match was handled. But yeah, he felt great. I mean, hats off to him.
I want to bring that up because there was some chatter about some of the rules and all that, and I know that you guys had pre-super match rules with the referees, and they gave you guys the option, correct? On being strict rules or not, and did everybody choose the strict rules? Is that what I was hearing?
Yeah, I think the only discrepancy in the rules initially was I think Brita and Seal had agreed to do a 6-round. So they were going to have that little difference. But I mean, everybody else was on the same page as far as, they didn't have any questions or opinion on what rule set, or I mean, everybody knew from the get-go it was going to be, strict rules.
Okay, because the reason why I brought that up, it was with the match between Austin McGraw and Jordan Sill. Austin McGraw got fouled out, and that's how he lost the match, and a lot of the viewers were complaining online on the live feed and all. And we just wanted everybody to know that, the athletes had that choice before, and they all agreed that they wanted the strict rules. So, we just wanted to relay that message so that, everybody wasn't going to be getting on Sean Hancock or blaming one of the referees for calling them.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, I don't know how many. I mean, I haven't seen it all over the place. It was in the live, I'm sure, but even Austin got up and said something about that after the match. I mean,
yeah, he just he said it was all on him, and that he couldn't keep his elbow down, and he agreed to the strict rules and not to blame the referees, that it was his fault, and he's going to go and work on all that. So I just wanted that to be said.
yeah, I mean, not everybody's going to be lax. I mean, anytime you go overseas, you might as well get used to it now. If that's what you want to be as a top level guy, you're gonna have to figure it all out. You can't just play by the easy rules, the ones for the the pay-per-views that make it all look good.
So now we went to a main event. This was an amazing match between you and Krasimir, and wow, you just shocked the world with that, bro. I think Julie had it best. She had it going live, and I was sitting next to her, and I think she captured my face, and my jaw was dropped. I just was like, I couldn't believe that how quick that went down, and literally, if you would have blinked a second, you could have missed one of these 3 pins that day. So just give us a rundown, brother. When you first grip up and everything, what was going through your head, the run through.
Man, I guess I don't think that far ahead whenever I'm setting up on, I'm really just trying to be as efficient in the setup as I can be. I'm not really thinking of anything beyond that. Setup felt good. Yeah, I don't think it's maybe it is a secret to some people, but to a lot of people, it's not a secret that I do have a lane that it's hard to stop if I can get there. Obviously that's becoming more evident to some. I mean, there's going to be people that can stop it, and I'm going to have to figure out, where to go from there. But until
Let me
then,
ask you, Corey.
Try to get faster and stronger in that area. So
let me ask you, Corey, is your lane, did it happen to be the same as Krasimir? Did he go right into your lane looking to go that way?
I don't think that he went right into my lane. I think I had a better hand that day, and it initially. I mean, you could just watch it. I mean, I just cup him in, lat drag back, and then just sweep to the side, and he just, for whatever reason, whether I was over rotating him enough or he didn't have enough side pressure to stop it, or whatever it may be, it was just a good combination of everything working well. I knew coming in, I'd set it, and it wasn't anybody's but my fault how I came in against Todd, but I knew that this preparation was far better than the preparation for Todd, and I felt like I was so close to Todd, whether people want to see it that way or not. But I knew Todd was probably a bit better than Krasi, so I had a fair idea that there was a really good chance that I had the ability to do that if I could just put it all together, stay calm, stay composed, not get too excited, just kind of keep it all together.
Let me ask you that first round when you took Todzilla to the pin and all, was that the same style that you did at the Krasi this past weekend?
Identical. I mean,
it looked like that. That's why I asked that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same exact angle. It's the path. It's what I'm trying to do to everybody. Todd just done a good job of fighting it from there on out, and I didn't have an answer for it on that day.
Can I ask you a question? What was the difference? What did Todd do different?
He just did a really good job in the setup of, kind of jamming in, and, Krasi, I mean, which it was several matches in, but, once I let Krasi jump all over me and we after pulled and stuff, he eventually got to where he could stop me, and, my connection wasn't as tight. And I mean, essentially, to me, I think Todd was just, finding a way to wedge in, stop the match, and then make me overexert, or whatever you want to call it, where, my connection faded to a point where it was manageable, and then capitalized. So
That leads to another question. What was your strength like this past weekend compared to Lindale when you went against Toddzilla?
All I can base that off of is gym lifts. I got as much table time in as I could. Whenever I pulled Todd, I was in the gym like 1 to 3 days, no table time, just because of what all I had going on. And again, nobody's fault but my own. But I was in the gym 5 to 7 days a week, on the table with 2 different group, with Michael and then a group, both every week. My gym lifts were insane compared to what they were against Todd. I think I hit like a 550 or something coming in for Todd, which is, people say whatever they want. Bench may not matter to most, but, and that was the highest bench I'd had since I had the bicep tear. And then I hit the 575 2 or 3 weeks before this match. Had I had time to get another one in, I think I could have hit probably a 585, 590, but would have been too close to the match to do so. So yeah, just everything was good. I mean, my reps in the gym, where I was doing 3 sets of 30 or whatever, full stack on stuff. For Todd, I was probably doing 4 or 5 sets of 40 or 50, with ease. So,
Well, there's 2 things that could be taken from this weekend. There's the one that you have leveled up a whole nother level above where you were, or the other one is that Krasi has declined and is not as strong as he once was. So those are the 2 different ways we could look at this. So do you really think that you have leveled up, is what I'm asking?
I think there's probably not a doubt about that. I kind of let anybody that wanted to jump all over my arm do it. I mean, you could probably ask Jerome Loud, those guys, what it felt like, and they'd probably stay the same. BJ, I pulled BJ a couple weeks ago. He's a believer. He's, it just takes a little bit of getting to feel what I've got going on right now. For most people, obviously there's going to be a level above me, but to everybody else right now, it feels pretty ridiculous.
Now, there's one other thing that has been being asked out there with that after pull. If you guys haven't checked it out already, go over to my YouTube channel. Take a look. I posted it up. It's between Corey and Krasi. Now, we go to the straps in there. Now, once the straps are on, it seems like it changed things a little, changed the dynamics a little. Were you still fresh and strong? Were you burnt out by then?
What did we pull? I mean, you were there. We probably pulled, 4, 5, 6 times before that out of the strap, where I was just letting him kind of, pull on me and, trying to feel where his strengths were and whatnot. And then I might pin him and, but a lot of that was me letting him pull against me posting. And each time I pinned him was probably getting a little tougher. There's probably no denying that Krasi's endurance is probably better than mine. But if we ran it back tomorrow and he wanted to do it in every match in the strap, I wouldn't be afraid of it, if that's what you're asking.
So can I sum this up then? Because I'm not questioning it at all. I'm just saying, because, you know, you got all these people out there and, you know, there's always some critics out there. So I just want to clear this up right now, you know. So what I think what was going on was you were now kind of doing what John Brzenk does with people. You were letting Krause get comfortable. You were letting Krause get to his lane. You were out of your lane and you were playing around. You were just feeling his different angles and all that.
Yeah, I mean, even in that last match we pulled, I just wanted to see if I could get out on his hand. So literally he started and I rotated and rolled, let him bounce off my arm 6 or 7 times. And then, you know, what did I have to gain by trying to transition and, you know, probably an injury, you know, but no, I mean, he's a strong dude. I just wanted, you know, I wanted to pull his left and, you know, and then he said something about pulling right again. And, you know, he let me get to pull his left. So I felt that was, you know, what the right thing to do was to kind of let him, you know,
And
mess with it.
I got to say, brother, seeing you pull him left, oh my God, bro, you like very, very strong left, like unreal. You were just going right through his arms. So, that was also impressive.